Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Grigsby's One of the East. Now, this is the second time that I have tried recording this, technically the third time actually, as it just wasn't playing ball. But I have started using OBS, and I can't just click the same button as I can when I'm clicking onto this screen over here, due to the issues. I mean, yeah, it's... Ooh, that's some reception there. Oops. So yes, it has proven to be a nice little software. Well, piece of programming so far. But anyway, moving on to the great issues at hand. Now, I do need to take a look at securing this pocket. It is a small pocket, but there's a few thousand troops there, so at least it's something to be proud of. And it does allow us to penetrate the Stalin line, so that's good news. Now, to which headquarters are you assigned to? So you are assigned to this Panzer headquarters, that's fine. So we'll use you to secure our flank. There we go. You can go here. Now, these are both assigned to this core over here, that's fine by me. So what we'll do then is we'll move the first one over here. The second division can move up over here. There we go. And that should be more than sufficient to hold this pocket. Okay. I do worry about supplies. It's going to be a very difficult thing. I mean, MP to rail is rather high. They are going to be suffering with supply issues for a long time, in all honesty. Not entirely too much I can do about that, it's just what comes with the campaign. So we'll just have to see what we can do, see what we can arrange to happen. Now then. So we're going to carry on moving down the line. We have isolated this over here quite nicely. Let's go with some reconnaissance just to give us something to see. Right. I mean, the city is apparently open, but I can't move there, which is a shame. We'll see what we can manage. Now, I do need to just fill in these gaps here. So what I'll do then is I'll just send a solitary brigade over here just to hold this. Should be okay. You're assigned over here. You're assigned here. You can't move, however. Right. Have them assigned to, what is it, 8th Corps, so 5, 6, 7, 8, yep, 8th Corps. Reassigned to 8th Corps over here then, so we'll move them down. Let's see. So I'll move a brigade here. That brigade can't move there, however. Move that division. Break it up. No movement there. We'll take the town over here of Orsha. Right, Orsha has been taken. Have them on reserve. Okay. So you only command this one division, which is rather odd, in all honesty. Not as great situation to really be in, where you only have like one corps to like one corps headquarters to like one division. Doesn't really make much sense, in all honesty. Let's see. You command all this force over here. So I think what we'll probably do then is have this corps and division merge with the 4th Army. And at least in that fashion, take the strain elsewhere. Let's take a look then. So headquarters, let's see. Remove Hive Command, remove that. Go to Army. We have the 4th Army then here. 4th Army is a little bit over. We need to help out then. So having this headquarters assigned will actually help us out to a nice degree. So not a bad thing at all then. So we'll have you assigned to 4th Army here. There we go. Okay. Move you here. Right, 10th Corps, you can be assigned to 10th Corps. And there we go, we're already making much better use of this force. It's nice to see. I'd rather be on the other side of the river. Okay. Right, who commands these troops? Okay. Let's cover our Panzer divisions. Now, the Soviets are incredibly weak here. There's absolutely nothing preventing us from punching through here. Other than obviously the body's in our way, but it's really, really hardly anything. Infantry may have some... Yeah, they may be able to punch through here. Okay, they held. They retreated. Retreated, okay. Let's open this up a gap. It's my minor river, but we can push them back anyway. Right, yeah. So the security force over here then. Break that up. Start moving one over here. Need to move these forces. It's a really annoying thing, so I really don't know where to move these security forces as of yet. There's going to be a lot of partisan activity, regardless of what I do. So in all honesty, it only really matters on these rail routes. But if I can garrison the major cities, that does prevent a lot of partisans. I mean, this is rather important. So I do need to do something over here then. We do have security forces over here then. Right. Let's just move both of these headquarters out for the moment. There we go. So we're going to break this up. And we're going to have one of them moved, I think, to this town over here. Then another. Have it move up over here. And at least with this, we can spread out to security forces, so if we do see partisans, then we can react quite quickly. Yeah. Right. The 4th Army is going to be mainly pushing this way. The 9th Army is going to be pushing towards Smolensk and Vitebsk. So I think what we'll do with this force over here, then this full corps, is we'll have them... I wouldn't really like to push through this. It's not exactly great for me. The terrain's not exactly favourable anyway. Okay. I could advance down the plains here. At least then I'm moving through terrain that is favourable. We'll take that hex there, complete the line. And then we'll prepare ourselves to push forward. I mean, I could swing around here to some lands, but I'm hoping that my panzers will be able to do that one. Actually, you have one too many divisions. So we'll have this division assigned over to this command then. Here we go. Okay. Right, your headquarters are already here. Let's see what we have here. I'm just going to advance down this. I'm going to ignore the swamplands, as it's just awful, awful terrain. Doesn't benefit me in any way. You can't really move very far, can you? I suppose you are crossing, like, a river. Right, this is the... Okay. What do we have here then? Artillery... Oh no, this is anti-tank artillery and a rifle. Okay, that's that core moved up. Start to fill this, and then we can begin to advance towards Gamel. These divisions here can back us up. Oh, I could cut that rail line actually, which I will then. Right, what do we have across the river? Don't know yet, but we know there's a headquarters. Oh, well, I'd give some Brandenburgers to take that river crossing for me. Oh, right. Yeah, we do need to really reorganize these armies into something proper. Okay, we have a full security division there. So we have a security force in Brest-Litovsk, Litvisk. We have one over here. Have security forces in Minsk. It's one of those things of where to move them, but I'll move the division up, then they can just sit in Minsk for the time being. I could have a force move towards Muglev. Right, let's move these forces up. Need them close to the front line so I can get some reconnaissance and obviously air support in the area. That would be rather nice. There we go. Move them up this way. Need them close to the front line. Now, where do we want to go with our panzers? It honestly depends on what sort of movement we could achieve as to whether we do in fact move them. I do think we should probably swing towards Smolensk. Yeah, they're both happy. Right. Yeah, so you should be closer. Move this headquarters up as well. Airfield can move up. You. I'll have it move over here. Actually, I don't know. Do I? I guess we will. We want it as close to supply as possible. Move them up. Okay. Yep, they're both happy. So we have an extra division over here. Right. So we are seeing the enemy here. See, fuel is not really worth it at the moment. So I think what we'll do then is have a build-up then potentially. There's not that much fuel in the actual forces as well. So I mean, I think we just take it slow with the armor in the south here. We still have our opportunities, and we'll be able to do even more so once the infantry do start to condense the Soviets. Alright, now it's locked off tight. Right. Now these forces over here. Let's take a look at army strength then, so... Actually, I can see... Right. See, center and south are actually over. So I need to think about this. Army Group North resides at just under 1 million men. Center, 1.3 million. South, 1.3 million. So I think these forces over here will be sent to the north. And if we can have like 1 million men in each army group or roundabouts, and that works fine. I mean, with it, when it comes to north and center, they're going to work together anyway. South is made up of different forces. I mean, let's take a look at how much we have under... Oh, that's saving. Under Army Group Anton. So under Army Group Anton, it's about 433,000 men. So, I mean, that's over 1 million men. I mean, that's technically larger than the other two army groups, due to the allies. Though, quality-wise, so we'll have these reinforcements then sent to the north. I think that's where they need to go. We have a motorized division over there, actually. That, and we do have the colossal task of taking Leningrad. Leningrad is basically the key to this campaign. If we take Leningrad, the Soviets will not fall, but they will be in a terrible position. And we have yet to move the Finnish forces. Under which command do they come, actually? Finnish High Command. Let's see. Right, High Command. So we have Finnish High Command. We're about 359,000 men, not that much really. Slovakian High Command. It's only 20,000 men. Romanian High Command, 628,000. Hungarian, 210. Yeah, Italian, 172,000. Not anything to be laughed at. Whereas the total German command is about 5 million men. So we do have a lot of numbers. A lot of the Hungarian forces aren't going to be involved in this, but there's going to be some of them. The Romanians have sent a large army. So that presence will be sorely appreciated. Yes, right. So you have a lot of fuel in you. Can I not do a HQ build-up here? I'm not seeing that option. I imagine it's because they've moved already. So we'll leave the panzers as they are for the time being. My infantry are moving up into position here. So that's fine by me. Right, just have them assigned to like the appropriate commands nearby. If he keeps them viable, then that's fine by me. Okay. So let's take a look at the Finnish forces then. So let's see. So we have strong defensive position here in the heavy woods. That's pretty heavy as well. These portions are actually very light. So what we need to do then to defeat Leningrad is we need to isolate it. And that's a hell of a lot easier said than done. We need to take this port, this port, this port, this port, this port, and completely isolate it. Which is going to be a hell of a lot easier to say than it is to do. So we need to direct forces. So what we'll do then is we'll have a few forces assigned to heading down here, because we don't need much, because there's not going to be much action, and the Finnish forces can't actually move beyond that beyond that line. I don't know if these German forces could. I think they may be able to. They are in their separate command, so I think I will move them as of their own force. Right, let's see. Let's use them here. Yep, they surrendered quite easily. Move here, combine back into a division. I should be able to take that. Yep, there we go. Both surrendered. Awesome. Let's move on up. This corps will head south as well. We don't have that much in the way of Finnish power, so we need to use it wisely. So if I can try to pressure the Soviets over here, force them to potentially send defenders to the north to stem the tide against the Finnish army, then that'll be good. It makes it easier in the south with the German forces. Right. I think that Jaeger brigade I would just have attached to the Germans. Yeah, I don't need much to take this. It's really barren, there's not much there. So we'll keep it small. Start making our way over here then. Move these forces down here. I think I'll give them like a full division just to give them a little bit of power. So they can be assigned to the 1st Finnish Corps. There we go. Okay. So I'd like to get to Viborg. Ideally. Right, in conjunction with these forces we'll attack here. Right. Let's condense this force. Good, they routed. Okay, we have the 4th division here, so I'm going to move that. Condense it. Move it here. Now we have a force here, so we're going to do that. Now, this is fairly difficult to take, so what we're going to do is going to hit it from all 3 sides with 3 divisions. Okay, good. Force them to retreat. No movement. No movement. Can't move any further here for the time being. That's what we can do then is spread our forces. We'll hit that security. Oh, sorry, that force there. Force them to surrender. Okay, move here. And fill the gap. Okay. So that's the move there. So I'm trying to push towards Viborg. And I do need to try and encourage the Leningrad defenders to move more north to oppose me. The issue is obviously this over here. After this, they just do not attack. They just will not move further than that. Which is a issue. It's something I can't really do anything about. So if I can keep them fighting over here, and I can keep trying to punish the Russians. Okay, Karelian army. And we do have a full division over here looking at Hanko. But there's nothing I can really do about that. They do not have enough force to take Hanko. But at least that's the Finnish forces moved. How are we looking in terms of losses? So in terms of losses, we've lost 61,571 men so far. The Soviets have lost 896,000 men so far. Nowhere near enough yet. Need to really ramp these losses up. We should have many, many more by now. Okay. But we are getting there. Still have a few forces over here to deal with, so that's probably a few thousand. Okay. So I believe we've already moved the south. Yes, we have. Moved center. Moved north. Are we done? Are we done? I think we're done. Okay. So I think I'll hit the enemy's airfields then while I can. See if we can do any damage to them. Keep attacking the Red Air Force. Keep it down. Right. So yes, we do still have to move this. So we'll begin doing that now. They can move rather far. So we're going to have them assigned to Army Group North, Army Group Nord. I'm going to need these forces when it comes to Leningrad. We do need to surround Leningrad, we do need to cut it off, and having extra men will really help us out. This will probably bring us up to about 1 million men in Army Group North, which is going to be nice, going to be very, very welcome. So at the moment we are seeing a huge amount of strength on the Stalin line in the center and, well, pretty much the center really around Smolensk is where the main Soviet strength is. That and Leningrad, of course. We do have a smaller amount of force in the south. So if we keep on pushing the south hard, keep on moving towards our objective over here, and then keep on moving to our ultimate objective being Stalingrad and Baku, then we can do that. The armoured forces do need to have more fuel in them. I just can't keep moving them every single turn. They need to halt, and they need to gather the fuel. Okay. But yep, these divisions will be extremely welcome in the north. I mean, I do have a core to push on this over here, so if I have a second core, then I could potentially push even harder, or we could use this second core to push on Pskov. I think all we need to do is avoid committing too many men to objectives that do not simply require that many men. It's a difficult thing to recognize. We also do need to recognize potential threats. We also need to recognize the fact that it's not worth it to just keep on throwing men at something. If it doesn't budge, then we can try again. But if it does not budge, we just don't try. We move around it. We have to imagine ourselves as the water and the Soviets as the rocks in a river. The river goes around the rocks and eventually erodes them. So that's what we must be like. We must be as water. An unstoppable tide. Right, second army. Now, can I have you assigned... no, I can't. You're like your own proper army, then. Maximilian. Pretty... decent? Yeah, ground only. Second army... is under the Grand headquarters, basically, so it doesn't really matter where they go. Well, actually, no, you are assigned to Army Group Center. That's fine. And what we'll do then is we'll have this second army sent to the center, then I can use that we'll have forces attached to the second army. So then, what we can do is, with all the forces that we have in the center, we can start to spread them out a little bit under this command, and that'll help ease the issues that we have going here. I mean, I might be able to start doing that right now, actually. Right, let's take you there. I mean, look at all that fuel that it has inside it. That's a lot of fuel, and that's a lot of supply. Okay. So, 9th Army. 9th Army. 9th. Right, it's the 4th Army that's really struggling, actually. So we'll split this into the 2nd Army. So we'll have 2nd, 9th, and 4th Army down here. Right. Which... The 2nd Panzer Group is attached to Army Group Center directly. Okay. Righto. Okay, so we'll have you attached to 2nd Army. 2nd Army. There we go. 19 admin points used. This corps. Can't reassign you as of yet. But I will do when we get the time. So then we can attach them to 2nd Army. Yeah, you can see that's already started to reduce the amount here. So if we have this corps attached to 2nd Army, that should make the logistical issues a lot easier on the center. Okay. So this is 18th Army. Can't have you reassigned as of yet. Okay, we'll have to do that in the following turn then. Okay. Other than that, I think we are all but ready to go. Besides this over here, this motorized, which I don't know. Do I want it in the south? I think I kind of want it in the south. Yeah, I'll start it moving towards the south actually. Yeah, we'll start to move into the south. We can have it attached to the Panzer Group in the south. It's going to take a hell of a long time to get there, but we'll do that. I do need more mobile forces in the south due to the gigantic distances down there. Absolutely colossal distances. You imagine just how far they've travelled there. Right, so we've assigned to the Hungarians for the time being. Okay. Right, this does need to be moved actually. It's not on the rails, that's why. Like on the rails at Lodz. Or near Lodz. Oh, you can't move via rail apparently. Right, we'll move you over here then. You actually don't have anything attached to you, so we'll have to change that then. So honestly, it doesn't really matter if you move right now. Yeah. There we go, lots of reconnaissance. Lovely. Okay. You cannot move any further. Have we resolved this situation? Yes, we have. So that's going to be fixed, so that will link up the rails there. You can't move any further. You may, actually. Oh no, you can't go any further right now. Okay. You can. Or not. It's rather irritating. Right, we'll have to leave it at that then. So yep, we will just save it here. We'll advance the turn, so 23. Okay. So things are progressing. I mean, we now do have the Finns in the war, which is awesome. It means I can get things going in the north now. We do have plenty more men over here, so let's see. How many men is under this command? So this is the 35th Corps, right? That one's easy to see. Right, so we'll look for Corps commands. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. Corps commands. Okay, Corps. 35th. 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 Should really look at what army you're under. Oh, well, it's 2nd Army, isn't it? Okay, so... Army. 2nd Army. 35th. Okay. Right, so we can see the forces under 35th Command. Right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions there. So you can see here, that's a good number of men. Yeah, that's 66,000 men. Not a huge amount of men. It will bring us closer to 1 million men, though. So that is nice. It's, the guns as well. I mean, that's a lot of guns. That's like, what, 800 guns almost? So that's a lot of guns. How are we doing in terms of guns, actually? 34,000, 33,963 usable. We are catching up, actually. Armored forces, the Soviets still do have a nice amount. We do need to crush that completely and utterly. Right, so we will move forward. We will end our turn and hope for the best. Now, we are right on the outskirts of Pskov. That's good news. And we had just taken Kiev. Right. I'm hoping to be pushing on Leningrad in a turn or two. Hopefully a turn. Need to push on Leningrad hard and fast while we have the good weather. Okay. So Soviets are definitely looking light in the south there. Yeah, they have been intercepted. Yeah, ground forces interdicted. You can see all this is infantry, but behind it is all airfields. So we have really punched a hole in the center here, and they really don't have much, so they're going to have to readdress the situation here, readdress the balance in the center. Right, they continue to lose more planes. It's good news. Soon we'll envelop the marshes. Interdicted. They do have some forces there. If I take this for what the Soviets can see, then they don't have full vision of what we have over here. That's nice. Did they cut us off there? They surely can't cut us off there. Right. We were forced to retreat there. That's fine. And there. Honestly, that's fine by me. I mean, we do lose a few men there, but it does force them to stay in that area, which does give me time to get around them. And they were only brigades anyway. They retreated after they took, well, after they recognized that there was too much force coming at them. I mean, in reality, there was a lot of Soviet counterattacks, or just small scale. Well, I say small scale, not very much small scale counterattacks. But they would fight. Okay. Okay, so we've lost them to 2,000 men. The Soviets have lost 929,000 now, so that's a nice boost there. Okay, air losses have reached 5,438, ours are only 162. Okay, so the situation has developed. We are seeing here a interesting thing. Let's get some reconnaissance going then before we make any sort of comment really on what's going on here. Okay, yeah, there's more strength than we imagined. Or hoped. They are going for something that looks to be defense in depth. Okay. There's a lot of airfields in the center here. There's really, really not much here in the center. Honestly, the center of the line is really weak. Right. Do these forces count as cut off? I really hope they do. Yes, they do. Awesome. So that's another, what, three divisions there? And then we even have a second Moscow rifle. Actually, no, that's an NKVD border regiment. Not exactly great, but hey. Right. So it's definitely a bulge. More forces here cut off. Yeah, I still hold on to Kiev. We need to move these infantry up here. Solidify the line. I'm gonna basically bypass Odessa. Okay. Righto. 18th Army. 18th. There we go, 18th Army. 22 points there. Okay, let's take a look then. God damn it, wrong button again. Right, headquarters. HQs. Right. Army group. Clear off filters on army group here. Right, there we go. Army group north. 980,000 men now. So that's good, that's brought us up there. Right, so I mean, Army group center and Army group south, especially south, is suffering under the command point. We do need to reorganize it. AGN is actually alright now. They can cope with this many men. But we will have this corps assigned to the 2nd Army. Okay, let's move said army up. Okay, where are the rail lines now? Rail lines looking good. Right, awesome, this one's linked up now. So that means that we have supplies closer to the center once more. Yep, all the way over here. Awesome. Need to get these rail lines moving, in fact. Down here in the south, yep, coming closer. Just need to keep on moving this way. You can see that we'd had to go through a lot more over there. Right, let's move this up then. And head towards Vinitsa. There we go. Can't move any further. But that's going to bring us closer, which is awesome. Right. No, then we need to make a choice here. I do think it's probably a better idea to... I don't know. I mean, we can keep going down there, we can keep going up there. Actually, yeah, I think we'll head towards Minsk. Veloki, Pskov, yeah, that makes sense. It's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be the best way to spread out our supplies evenly. Right, there we go. Convert that. I lost a little bit of progress here in the center, which is a shame, but we can make it up. There we go. Really cheap here. Oh. No, actually. Damn it. I wanted to go up that way, actually. Okay. Right. Right, that's not an issue. We'll change direction then. Or do I? No. Keep heading this way. Can't convert here. But I'm going to head towards this town here, and then if we can take Ostrov and then head up to Pskov, that works out. And at least then it helps to keep this, and then we can move up through Pskov. Kinda ignore Estonia and go for the more direct path. That makes sense to me. Right. Let's see. Move these forces up. Yeah, I bet that a bit like, oh shit. Keeps everybody happy. Let's see, what do we have here then? So we have a rifle brigade. They wouldn't be able to deal with that. So I'm going to have something sent over there to deal with that. And these forces here actually could do that. I don't know. I don't know if I would send all of them. Let's see. It depends really where I want to move my forces. I think we do need to come off strong here. As you can see that the Soviets are moving more men here. So actually, no, I do need to fill this, don't I? So I think this is where that new corps is going to go then, to cover this area here. And then at least we can have that covered and push up onto Novgorod. And then focus over here. We do have a lot of forces over here, but we can easily clear these men up here. Right, so we'll do that now then. Surrendered. I didn't have anywhere to go. There we go, that built up their morale there. So that's 3 divisions removed right there. Lovely jubbly. Should take us to over 1 billion Soviet losses now. Almost there. They have lost 104,000 men though, which is really not that much for the Soviets. That's like tiny. And there will come a point where they start gaining 100,000 men a turn, so that's absolutely pitiful in terms of losses. We do have a solid line, actually, if you take a look. We do have a solid Soviet line. That's interesting. And it's not bad in the south here. That's actually quite decent for the AI. The thing is, though, in the south they're really lacking in terms of manpower. So, for all intents and purposes, I can beat my way through this quite easily. I mean, I have far more power here in the south, I believe. Especially in terms of armored forces. I basically need to move up my infantry to this line, take Kiev and push on past Kiev. Move down towards Gamel. And we'll be good to go. It's the center where things are going to be decided, really. The center of the north. We're nearing Moscow. We're not going to be there for a long while yet. I imagine by the time we come close to Moscow, the mud will arrive, and then we'll have to contract our lines quite heavily. Where'd the Soviet forces in the north go? Ha! They just completely withdrawn. Okay. Well, I'll just walk in here then and take Vyborg. That's fine by me. Right, well, that's a rather interesting move by the Soviets. Not what I was hoping for, but it happened. At least we can move up rather quickly. Honestly, that's a smart move by the Soviets. That's a very fucking smart move. I think they recognize the threat to the south. Right, how much fuel do we have here? Not bad in terms of fuel, actually. But I think what we'll do is we'll wipe out these forces to our rear. And then we'll consolidate our armored forces here, just hold that line, wait for the infantry to catch up, and then we can start to move there. Let's see. Start moving these men. I need them to fill that gap. Let's move them out of the way. If I can fill these lines here, then that'd be good. Which I can actually awesome fill that gap. Well, what will be a gap as I move those men? Awesome. Right, so Pskov is only held by a security force, which is awesome. That means I can rather easily take that. Very easily take that, in fact. But I'm happy that this reinforcement has arrived here. That means I can move more men up. Right. Let's just take that out. Right, surrendered, so that's another 90 armored fighting vehicles there. Those 4 divisions have already made a meaningful contribution here. So let's see. We have these forces here. We should move them across the river. I could probably do that. Yeah, I should have enough power here to go. We have 3 different commands here. That's really inefficient. Okay. Go for full attack. There we go, we captured Pskov. Rather easily, actually. That's awesome, that's a nice supply base and it's a good cornerstone for us. Move them up here. Okay. Good, they surrendered. Awesome, I can grab that too. Right then. So I can condense my forces back down. We do have a full division here. Right, what we have merging here is a possibility of a nice pocket. Basically, if I could get my armored forces to work this here, then we could trap a large amount of Soviet forces there, and really open up that area. We do have a core over here as well. Just over the core, actually. Where's your headquarters? Your headquarters over here, then. So this force over here, then, of about, what is this, 4 divisions? 5 divisions, yep, 5 divisions. Will be instrumental in this. So we do need to work on turning that into a pocket. Smolensk. Need to keep punching through. I need to punch through the center here towards Smolensk. Okay, and then to Gmel. But the Soviets appear rather strong. They aren't strong everywhere. We need to be strong where they are weak and weak where they are strong. No, sorry. We need to be strong when they are weak. And, you know what I mean. And not in the way while they are strong. Yeah, their numbers are dropping quite nicely. Losses have reached almost 1 million now. Okay, how are we doing on victory points so far? We are winning at the moment. It's not exactly surprising. Do I attack that? I guess I kind of do. I mean, they do need some morale, actually. So we'll do that then. They've been routed. Did give them a nice amount of morale, actually, so that's pretty cool. I have another division over here then that can be assigned. Indeed. Right. This corps will be assigned to the 2nd Army. There we go, 2nd Army. How's that affected things? I just think it's because we have a hell of a lot of force in Army Group Center, which does honestly make sense. I mean, there's over 1 million men. I mean, it's going to be really difficult. There's over 1 million men. There's all those guns. There's all these pack mules, the horses, trucks, the huge logistical effort, the planes. It's just absolutely insane amounts of men. Okay. So... We're almost past the marshes over here then, which is nice. Once we are, then this will all be included, so that means supply will be able to flow easier. Or at least a little bit easier. I need to connect up my lines. I'd like to be down at the Crimean Peninsula soon enough. Trying to figure out where they are strongest. I'm not happy about them moving over here towards Leningrad. That makes it harder on me, in fact. But at the end of the day, the Finnish forces can't attack past that line anyway, so that's really smart. But we can still keep moving down here. Try and isolate them. Okay. We'll have you assigned to the news headquarters. Which was this one. Actually, no, it's this one, isn't it? But we'll have you assigned to this one just so you can move up. There we go. Righto. It's a shame I wasn't able to move up faster here. Let's see. No, reconnaissance. They are fairly weak over here. I mean, this is the best defensive spot they have. That's incredibly good for them. They are weak here. There's the odd strong point. I mean, that's a strong point, that's a strong point. Other than that, it's majority weak. We need to use our infantry to start opening this gap towards, well, opening a path towards Smolensk for our armoured forces. How much fuel do they sit on now, roughly? 64, still not much. So I think what we will do then is just really have them build up that fuel. It's only going to help me. I can't really make much use of them without much fuel anyway. So if they can build up that fuel, that's fine by me. It means I can do a hell of a lot more with it. I still have another 2 panzer groups over here that we can use to close the jaws on this over here, which is a very real thing. I mean, you look at this is really happening. I can move these forces over here, move these forces here to cover the center, and start to move our way here, and then they'll either retreat or they'll face annihilation. Okay. So we've advanced a decent distance, not as far as I would have hoped for, but still not bad. Still not bad. The south needs to be dealt with. Okay. Right. Gaining a lot of AA. Right, so I think we'll call it a session here then. I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. Do let me know what you think down below, and what do you think my future moves should be. Do we bypass Odessa and surround the forces and eventually come for it later? Or do we go for Odessa hard? It is a nice city to have, there's a lot of fuel and supply there. Or do we just keep moving for our ultimate objective over here? And then in the center, do we try to force our way towards Smolensk, or do we try and take an easier path to the south here? And then again, there is the possibility that we could try to move these forces here, and then over here try and envelop them as well. I mean, if I was able to envelop this entire center line, holy hell, that'd be a lot of men gone. We need to just envelop more men. More and more and more and more Soviets. Just need to do that. And in the north, what do you think we should do? Should we pull down these armored forces over here? Try and push back this infantry. Could probably pull that off, actually. Buy ourselves some breathing room. Or do we just go for that force over there, wipe them out? I wonder if they could do it. I mean, it's only a brigade, actually, so I doubt they'd be able to do it. Okay. We do have some reinforcements of SS Cavalry. That's fine. Just give a view of the front line. There we go. So yes, do remember to subscribe for more, and if you really do want to support me, then you can go ahead and donate to me on Patreon, or, well, become one of my Patreon backers on Patreon, or donate to me on PayPal. It really makes a big difference. This does take up a huge amount of time, as you can see by this episode being over an hour long. It's difficult to find the time to sit down when working 6 days a week, so anything that goes towards the channel really is highly appreciated. It means I can do this, it means I can do the hobby that I do enjoy, and I can also always pick up more strategy games for you guys to see. And of course, buy more books to become more knowledgeable, which always helps. I'd rather deliver a experience where people actually learn something while enjoying themselves. I try not to take myself too serious, and I try not to take these games too seriously, as I try to open it up for new players. I think if you take something too seriously, then it does put off a lot of new players who just think, oh wow, what is going on here? But we have learned here. I went into this game practically blind, and look at us now, we're getting there. So, until next time, goodbye.